So Bob Coates is going to be our speaker this evening, and he is going to tell you everything you need to know about round 2 IOD. Registration, as you just heard, is going to open on June 15th, so that's right around the corner. So we're excited to hear what you have to share with us, Bob, and I'll let you take it away.
Okay,
I'd
and
like to enter 2 more images, but I don't have anything.
and Connie is also going to be part of this presentation because she made me fix all the slides the way they're supposed to be looking. And let's see, we looking good there? Can see everything? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. So sweet. Yeah, Miss Connie's going to help us out big time on this. Let me open up my computer because something just changed. It's weird. Does anybody know how to just show without having, oh, wait a minute, is that it? No. Because if I open up the whole screen with the play on a keynote, my other screen pops up and blanks out to, like a working screen. So, all right, we'll work with this right now until I find my other thing. You can see what's going on here, right?
Yes.
Then we'll just go with that because I need to be able to see my other screen there. There we go. Okay. So images of distinction. Hey, you know what? We made a bunch of changes, and a lot of it had to do with a lot of things that are going on over time. And let's get the thing in place. There we go. Obviously, change is inevitable. Growth is optional. We grew, and ASP IOD, those changes are going to be outlined today. And as Steve Jobs says, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not a threat. So let's talk about a little bit of history on the why of those changes. And some of that had to do with PPA changing their format and how they deal with formerly known as affiliates and now known as community network partners. With that change, they felt that ASP was getting a little bit extra that nobody else was. And so they wanted to kind of even the playing field all the way across from international down to all of the different things to standardize all those merits and stuff. So regardless of why, it happened, and we are now there. I think it's Connie's turn.
Yep, and a lot of this stuff here on this slide, everybody already knows, but ASP IOD will be twice a year from here on out. Round 1 will be judging and commentary the next day, but round 2 will only have the judging. There will be a first place trophy and certificates of distinction for second and third place in each category in round 1. And I'm assuming people have already gotten those by now. There will not be any artistry award points in round 1. You have to take your sealed images and enter them in round 2 in order to get those artistry points. When they are submitted in round 2, if you have a score of 80 to 84, that gets a seal of approval and 1 point. And 85 through 89 will be a seal of distinction and also 1 point. If your score is 90 to 99, you'll get 2 points. And for those of you, and there were some hundreds, so those of you who received 100, you'll get 3 points towards your artistry award.
And note that we repeat some of this stuff a few times throughout the program because you know what? That's just something we, just make sure that everybody gets all that info. Go get them, Connie.
Yeah, we might have some people coming in late too, so doesn't hurt. Okay. Do we go to the next slide, or did you and I missed it?
I did.
Oh, okay. See, that's what we've got some repeat information here. So round 1 is over. So now what are we doing? Round 2 will be a full day of judging. There will not be a day of commentary. it's only for ASP members, dues paid and in good standing. And that's anybody who has a membership up through or has gotten a degree up through the end of this past year, 2023. The sealed images need to be entered unchanged in round 2 to earn the artistry points, but will not be eligible for trophies. And there will be first, second, third place trophies this round. In the first round, there's only the first place trophy. But this round will have trophies in first, second, and third. And again, when submitted in round 2, 80 to 89, 1 point. And then 90 to 99, 2 points, and 100 earns 3 points. And anything from 85 on up is the seal of distinction.
Okay, and then a reminder at that point that you need to enter the sealed image into the next event to have that happen. If you want to be open to the trophies, you need to break your seal and get a new score. Yeah, I saw that coming, Christy. I just go ahead, Christy.
Can we still, though, if we, because I have some, that score between 80, 89. And, I'd like to, work my images, resubmit, maybe get a 90 and get 2 points. If I break the seal, it'll still go towards this artistry medallion?
It depends on how it scores in the next round.
Right.
Well, I mean, if
You
it's still
don't,
like
you
an
do
80
not
to
get, you
89,
do not
it's-
get the points if once you break the seal until you get the new score.
Right.
But the new score, we still qualify. It doesn't have to be a seal.
As long as it's 80 or
80
above.
or above, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What we would hope it would not be lower, but that's
It happens.
yeah,
Been there, done
Okay.
that.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I'm not one who likes to break seals myself, but other people are more confident. So round 1 is over, but there are some things that you'll need. Round 1, of course, has the panel commentary. And I'm hoping everyone has listened to the commentaries and has used those especially if you're planning to break the seal to improve upon your images. First place trophies will be awarded for categories and well, this was from round 1. And then second, third place certificates. So we said that in a previous slide. So Bob told you, you're going to hear that several times. And 80 to 84 is your seal of approval. Seals that are unbroken and entered in round 2 receive an artistry award point. If you break it, you take your chances. Images that receive a score of 85 and higher receive the ASP seal of distinction. And those that are unbroken and entered in round 2 receive the artistry award points and are eligible for district and regional awards and will be included in the ASP's best of the best. So that's another piece of information that's new on this slide, that anything that's a seal of distinction and entered into round 2 unbroken will be in the best of the best and eligible for district awards. And we're going to talk later about these awards in more detail. And again, 90 to 99, 2 artistry points, and 100 score gets 3. Is there somebody monitor? I see there are two people.
I'm
Yes.
answering them. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All righty. And is that I'm not keeping track. Is that my last slide?
Oh, I don't know. What slide is this?
This is
Well-
a fresh
well,
slide, Connie.
It's on the left-hand side, but you've got them cut off, so I can't see.
Okay, I'll let you see.
Okay.
Quick question, Lori, is someone answering the questions in the
Yes,
chat?
yes, I am. Thank
Okay,
you.
I've got
Thank
one
you.
more slide, I think, Bob. I think I have one more slide.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, so round 2, a full day of judging, but no commentary the following day. This is just a 1-day event. There will be trophies for first, second, and third place in each category. Entering images sealed in round 1, as is, with no changes, will earn points toward the artistry award. Have you heard that before? Breaking the seal will negate previous score, and image will be judged again and be eligible for round 2 trophies. You do not need to participate in round 1 to enter IOD round 2. So if you're on here and you did not enter round 1, you are most welcome to enter round 2. And I believe you can enter 8 images, and I think we'll talk about that later too.
So you can put a image that didn't go into round 1 into round 2.
Yes.
Absolutely. We have a whole thing on what's eligible to be entered and what's not eligible to be entered, and we'll hit that a little bit later.
Great, thanks.
Okay, Bob, take it away.
All right, so here we go. Round 2, members only. Just so you know, that's just a reminder. Round 1 is educational, and it's for ASP members and anybody who wants to get that feedback. ASP members can enter up to 8 images, but only your top 4 scores will be counted toward any awards or the artistry points. So it's kind of like you get a little buffer there. You can, even if you have some good stuff going, you could maybe score extra points by putting them in there. Any image that received the seal of approval in round 1 can be entered directly into round 2. Again, untouched, no points. Then you get your artistry points for it. But that is not open to, earning the awards. The seal of, which is that next level up, 85 and above, will be included in the ASP Best of the Best collection without further judging. Again, if it's entered without changing. And then the points, we've already said that. I think we're probably hitting that pretty hard, but you get the idea. 1, 2, and 3 points, depending upon the scores. But all seal of distinction images will also be eligible for the ASP District Gold, Silver, and Bronze Awards, as well as the District Awards.
And we're going to talk a lot more about those awards a little bit later.
Yes, indeed. If you choose to break that seal, if you're going to change it, improvements, whatever the case may be, you do not get your seal anymore. You would take your chances to improve your score and move up. And so the old score is no longer valid. So as soon as you break that seal, it's just like you're entering a brand new image, even though it's been judged in the past. And again, we got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place trophies. And I highly recommend you read the rules. And
Hey, Bob, can I interrupt you here for a second?
Sure.
Going back to the slide before, one thing that I didn't realize until one of our committee meetings is that if you enter, say, 4 sealed images, or however many sealed images, but you enter a new one or one that you've broken the seal and you score higher, it's still your highest 4 points. It doesn't have to be, or highest 4 scores. It doesn't have to be the ones that are sealed. So
exactly.
That was encouraging.
It kind of, if you have 4 sealed images, then you can add 4 more and then give yourself even more chance to move up without having broken those seals. You kind of got like a little buffer built in there, if you like.
Right.
Okay. So again, the rules will be posted. They'll be open as soon as on June the 15th when they open up the entries. For your entry fees. Again, ASP members only. It's $20 if you get in on the early bird, and that's up until 1 a.m. Eastern time on August the 1st. And I haven't figured out why 1 a.m. Eastern time, but there is a timeline. There is a
tell you why.
Okay, tell me.
Don't want to say midnight because that's kind of a nebulous kind of thing.
You have to pick on the hour, and if you say midnight, is it midnight AM or midnight PM? So most people pick some other time for it to close by.
Okay.
It's a printcompetition.com thing.
I just learned something. All right. Okay. So if you enter after 1 a.m. on August the 1st, that's considered a late entry, and that's going to cost you $5 more. And then you can keep your entries going until August 11th. And guess what? That's at 11 p.m. on August 11th. And again, all these times are Eastern time. So extrapolate your time zone out.
So Bob,
Once again, just a reminder, you can do 8 images in round 2. No changes to your entry are permitted once the deadline has passed. That means on August 11th. And then no refunds are issued. Once you've paid your entry fee, ASP owns that money and you need to put an image in there. Because I believe we can still do, we can enter, you can say, you don't have to actually upload the images as you enter. So if you wanted to enter 8 images, you could go in and put 8 placeholders in and then feed your images into the space. But once you've paid your entry fee, regardless of whether there's an image in that slot or not, as of August 11th, that will be what's there.
so
Okay, this was the question that popped up. What images are eligible? Anything that images, you know, if you've gotten your merit or imaging excellence score in the MIR at PPA, those are eligible. Images that were entered into IPC in 2023 or later, but did not receive that the top 32 designation.
I did not leave with my hair like this.
Okay, somebody needs to turn off their
Yeah,
microphone. Fresh images that have not yet been entered into a competition, obviously that's going to be open there. Images that have been entered into a previous IOD competition that have not received a score of 80 or higher, and that's unless it's a sealed image from round 1. So if you didn't get an 80 or higher in a previous IOD, you can, you know, move it forward. So if you got a quote unquote 79, you can go ahead and rework that and put it back in. If you got the 80, you can't rework it and go back in if you've accepted that 80 score from before. Other competitions, no problem, wherever wherever they may be, if you've had them in your state competition, that kind of thing, except for the images that are not, excuse me. Let me just there we go. Images that are not eligible. If you have been selected an image for World Photographic Cup competition, not there. If you got a top 32 in IPC in any category, doesn't matter, you cannot enter that in. Images that, of course, merited in any IPC before 2023. Images that scored higher than 80 in a previous ASP image competition. Again, if you've sealed an image, obviously you can't enter that one. Images that have received an ASP District Award or an ASP Medallion Award in the past also are not eligible to move forward. Let me get back over here. Push the button. Okay. There's always, you know, we have that new stuff going on with AI. That's no entry in any category can be created in part or whole using that artificial intelligence technology. That's software that's intended to create whole images, backgrounds, or other elements from, you know, programmed images. A human must have had creative control over the work's expression. Images and their elements must be created with the traditional elements of authorship. So that basically means you can use the AI tools in Photoshop if you're reworking pixels that you've made and you've created. You can't say, hey, put a jaguar in here and, you know, make that part of your image. So that's the way ASP decided to handle that. And going forward, you know, who knows, something may change as far as categories go, but for now, that's the way that lives. Okay, just like before, viewing conditions, when you're putting your images together, I recommend that you lower the lights in your room, make sure your monitor is set to the settings that the judges are going to be viewing the things are. So the calibration specifications are just like they were in the past. We work with 4,000 pixel image size, 4,000 pixels on the long dimension. Your monitor settings are D65, 120 CDM squared, and 2.2 gamma. If you don't have a, I think I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but if you don't have a system to calibrate your monitor, you sure might want to do that. And again, view that in low light conditions, because that's the judges are instructed to turn their lights down in their studio. And so there's the way your eyes work and stuff. It'll give you a better idea what they're going to see. I think it's time for you, Miss Connie. Is it? Yes, it is.
I want to do the good stuff here, the awards.
There you go.
So we have category awards and Judges' Choice Awards. And as far as the category awards, the top 10 scoring images in each category, and if there's a tie, it would include tied images. Those will be judged head to head. So they're not going to, just take the top score and go down from there. They're going to take the top 10 scoring images and then judge them head to head. And the judges will select the top 3 images in each category. And trophies will be awarded to first, second, and third place finishers. The Judges' Choice Awards, each judge will select his or her favorite overall image for that award from the images that receive a score of 80 or higher. So it's not going to be, just the upper or top 10. It's going to be any of the images that scored, 80. It would be a merit in other competitions. Or higher. So they will receive certificates of recognition and instead of a trophy. But I always think Judges' Choice Awards are really nice.
I like them as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pushing the button.
Okay. Now there are 3 types of medallion awards, and you hear about all of these, and I wanted to get them clear in my head, so I think I've got them organized correctly. We have the Photographic Artistry Medallion Award, and that's a biggie. We're going to talk more about them later. We have Gold, Silver, and Bronze Medallion Awards, and then we have the District Medallion Award. Now, the Gold, Silver, and Bronze are they are directly related to the IOD competition. So to achieve the Photographic Artistry Medallion, members must accumulate a minimum of 30 image points from image competition, most of which have to come from the ASP IOD competition. There's some other places, and we'll go over those later, where you can get those. The ASP Gold, Silver, and Bronze Awards are presented to makers in round 2 of this competition for images that are judged by a separate panel of jurors to be the
Image of
very best
distinction.
overall entries. And I'm sorry, I lost track because somebody was talking. So the ASP Gold, Silver, and Bronze Medallion Awards are presented to the makers in round 2 of this round 2 of ASP IOD for images that are judged by a separate panel of jurors to be the 3 very best overall entries in all of IOD.
And
so,
IOD stands for Images of Distinction.
Right. So it's not in each category. It's the 3 top images in the whole competition. Now, the District Medallion Awards are presented to the makers of entries in round 2 and are judged at the same time as the Gold, Silver, and Bronze Awards. The top judged image from each of the 5 regions, and these are the same regions as the PPA districts. Those receive a district medallion. So there's only one for each region. And
right. So if you remember, we had, if you think about your Southwest, your Southeast, your Western states, all those districts.
Right. And we'll talk a little more about that. Now, the best of the best. This is somehow I left out a page that I was going to do. So this, in the best of the best, you may know that that is the video that is shown at our gala, and it's there. All the videos are also on the ASP website, and these are images that received a seal of distinction in round 1 and were entered into round 2 with an unbroken seal, or images that received a seal of distinction in round 2. Images that were selected as state elite winners by state community network partners. And as far as the artistry award points, the ASP artistry award points can only be earned in round 2. And ASP members' 4 highest scoring images that receive a score of 80 or higher in an images of distinction competition each year will be counted toward the points required to achieve the ASP Artistry Awards. So we mentioned that before, that it's the 4 highest scoring images, regardless of whether they were sealed or one that was entered in round 2 and it wasn't one that was sealed, but it scored higher than some of the ones that were sealed. Okay,
Curious.
I think it's your turn, Bob.
I'm coming in. Yeah, baby.
Tell us
So-
how to do this.
let's talk about how the seal stuff works. So number 1, I would highly recommend, let me just grab my little pro mouse thing here. I would highly recommend going through to printcompetition.com. If you're a premium member, you have access to all of your images that you did. So I pulled up my images and I could look and see what the scores were. You also have access to the audio. So if it was, and actually you could have 2 pieces of audio there. If your image was challenged, you'll have a piece of audio on that. And then you'll also have the audio from the what's the word? I made up this word.
Commentary.
Commentary. Yeah, I made up the word. I made you'd think I would know it by now. So anyway, you'll hear your commentary here, which can give you a good idea of, hey, you know, was this really a, you know, full-on image? You know, this was 85, it's right on the edge. Anyway, you can get some feedback from printcompetition.com and take a look at your stuff. So once you've decided what images, if you look and go, oh, I've got a sealed image there, what am I going to do? Well, first we're going to go sign in and go find ASP. I kind of made up this little logo over here, but essentially you'll go find our competition that'll be available after June 15th or on June 15th.
Yeah, it's not
You'll
up
click
there
in. What's that?
It's not up there now.
No, it's not up there now. That's why I made up this pretty little fake one over here. So you'll go in, you'll sign into the association, and then you will see if you're in there, you will have your images if you had anything sealed. So I was fortunate, had a few images seal in here. So here's what you do if you get your sealed image. And I highly recommend pay attention here, because if you hit this little delete button right there, it's not sealed anymore and it cannot be resealed. Do not, I repeat, do not hit the delete button if you would like that image to move forward. If you want that image to move forward, you just go over here to this section here where it says unpaid, push the pay button, and that image is now sealed and will achieve its artistry award points and attain its space, but it will not be open to earning any new trophies.
Bob,
The other thing you'll find out in the category, you'll also be able to see what region or what district that you're in. And in this particular case, I'm in the Southwest, so you can see what goes on there. So any that you want to have keep going, just hit the pay button, put your money in. And if you don't want it to go, you can say delete, and then you can re-enter it in its new form if you've done some work to it.
Bob, can I do a quick PSA?
Absolutely,
Can
please.
you go back to the previous slide, please?
This one here?
Yes.
I bet you're going to talk about achievements.
No.
No?
Oh, well, that's part of it. Part of it is, please,
Oh,
if you've
this-
not looked at your profile in a while, please go through and make sure that your address is correct, because when we go to mail you an award, it's nice to have the correct address to send it to you. If you don't have a cell phone, Mr. Bob, make sure you have a phone number in there so we can contact you if we have an issue. Make sure you've got the correct email address. Just make sure all of that is correct. And then over on the right under achievements, if you are an ASP member, make sure that is checked, because I don't even think it'll let you enter if you're not. But if you've had anything change, if you've got a new degree or, something else has changed, make sure all of that information is correct in there, because that is how we sort and do a lot of the back end stuff, for these competitions, not just ours, but for your state competition or anything. So that's all. I won't belabor it, but
Okay. No, and it's important because it saves a lot of harassment and pain over there. I never put my phone in because I'm a judge and I never wanted my phone ringing
that's
in the middle of the
we know
event.
where to find you if we have a question with one of
I
your
had a feeling you might.
So I have one more thing before you move to the next slide.
Sure.
Up at the top, it says game day apps. If you are a premium member, you can click on that and you can, I saw this going through in the chat. Somebody said, how do I know if my image is sealed? And actually, if you go to the game day apps and go to the post game, you have to sign in again to do that. If you go to the post game and go to ASP, it doesn't have anybody's name, but it has the images and it has that they're sealed. So you can see whether your images are sealed there, just to confirm. Yeah.
Also, the way I found my images, I went to the archives and searched myself out. Hey, Thea, what you got?
So actually, there's an even easier way to do that if you're a premium member. Do you see where it says Arkansas PPA to the left of that? Do you see where it says past entries? You click there and you can see all your previous entries.
Sweet. So you don't even have to dig in.
Well, mine didn't have sealed on there when I went there. It might be there now, but yeah,
it should be there now because we had to go through and technically you needed to have Jeff do a couple things to make sure that all that was done. But if you go in there right now and you're a premium member, you can see what you have sealed because it will be it'll be in your entries for August 18th, 2024 ASP.
And that's where you can listen to the commentary and the chat.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So the way I got to my images again, I went to the archives, but now we have a new door, a new window to go in there. Thanks, Thea. All right. So again, make sure you don't hit delete. I was told to make sure that we really hit that hard because once you hit delete, it will no longer be sealed. Okay. We're moving on. So you go in once you've got it there. If I wanted all three of those images that made it to the thing to be in there, I would have the check marks in there. I'm going to pay them, and boom, those would be in there and sealed with the scores that were there to get my artistry points. But I would still be able to enter another one or another 5 on top of this if I wanted to. All right, I think we're back to you, Connie.
Yes. Okay. So this is just a little bit more detail on these awards. And this is the picture of the Photographic Artistry Award. So let's find out how we get there. It's to recognize and honor the great imagery that ASP members create. Okay, and I mentioned this earlier. You have to accumulate 30 image points from image competition, and a minimum of 16 of those points must be earned through the Images of Distinction competition. And also again, an ASP member's 4 top scoring entries in IOD competition, round 2 only, will be counted toward earning the artistry points in a given year. the maximum score you can receive, I guess the maximum number of points you can receive in 1 year is 18 points. And
Yeah, I didn't fix everything, Connie.
and again, 100, we're doing it in the reverse order now. If you have 100, it's 3 points, 90 to 99, 2 points, 80 to 89, 1 point. It is possible to earn up to 6 points total per year outside of images of distinction. Only points earned while a member of ASP will be used toward that, though. And here's the list of other events, judging events that can get you points. Your state affiliate competition, if you earn the State Elite Award, that's 2 points. And then the ASP District Award, which we mentioned earlier, that will get you 3 points. The Medallion Awards, 4, 5, and 6 points respectively for bronze, silver, and gold. And if you get first place in images of distinction, round 2, if you're the overall winner, 6 points. So that's the breakdown of, actually that's part of images of distinction and not a different competition, but we've got it on that slide. And then bars. So if you get past that 30 points, you can get bars. Each bar is achieved by earning an additional 30 points for each level. A minimum of 16 points must be earned from the IOD competition for each bar. Following that, ASP Distinguished Photographer is the Photographic Artistry Medallion. And then the next 30 points is the Artistry Bar with an emerald. The next is Artistry Bar with a ruby. And finally, the Photographic Artistry Bar with a sapphire if you accumulate 90 points beyond the Artistry Medallion.
I'm not feeling I'm going to make that.
Listen, I'm just hoping to make the medallion one day. Okay, there's always fine print, right? Only points earned while member of ASP for 3 consecutive years will be used toward earning the award, the Artistry Award. Points earned in the Images of Distinction and PPA Affiliate District and IPC competitions in 2021 to 2023 and subsequent years count toward earning this medallion and subsequent Photographic Artistry Award levels. Points from 2021 to 2023 are grandfathered in. And from 2024 and on, we'll use the new rules. I don't know if anybody wants to speak to that further, but maybe that's a question to be answered later about, you know, how about the grandfathering and so forth. The best of the best. Again, this is the slideshow, and it's pulled from the ASP State Elite winners and images that score 85 or above in the ASP IOD Round 2 or are entered with the seal of distinction from Round 1 without breaking the seal. And if you go to the website, ASP website, this is a screenshot, I guess, of the where you can go back and look at all the imaging excellence years, the images from each year.
A lot of inspiration on that page.
Yeah, that's a good place to go and look and get ideas and get inspired. Okay, Bob, are you doing this one now?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, so the District Medallion Awards, a lot of that had to do with, they originally had to do, we would get the loan collection at one time or the Imaging Excellence Awards. They were provided by PPA to us. And then that was how the best of the best collection was shown. That's no longer happening. And so that's all coming out of Images of Distinction.
Okay, now the district awards will now be juried from the Images of Distinction and the State Elite Award winners. So as opposed to what Bob just said about the being pulled from the PPA
Yep, it's the
I'm
growing and we're
sorry, I'm having a senior moment.
that's okay. It's the growing and we're moving
Yeah.
forward is
Yes.
basically what's going on.
Right. So it's just through ASP moving forward. And I think that's kind of a blurry picture of the like from the 200 to 2019 a district award winners there.
Yeah, it's a very blurry picture. Thanks for noting.
Okay, so these are just the pictures of what these look like. They're beautiful medallions. This is the silver one, and then we'll go on. This is the bronze. And I guess did I miss the gold one? I guess I missed the gold one.
Yeah, gold one was first.
The first, okay. This is kind of what we hope is keeping the best parts of what we had in PPA, which is the 12 elements and PPA approved jurors and the seal system, and then using it to our advantage and giving opportunities to have you enter 8 images and not just the 4 for round 2, which was kind of the counterpart of the IPC versus district, and having an opportunity to maybe even do better than you did without breaking some seals. So next, let's see. I think
I'm gonna jump back in
talk
here.
about raw for us.
Okay. So the two, I'm just going to talk about 2 specific categories. And because raw is still relatively new in our neighborhood, and because restoration is no longer done by PPA, you're getting most of your information and your feedback on your restoration stuff through ASP. So we're going to talk about those 2 categories. The rest of them, make sure you go back and read the official rules and go through there. So the raw images are for straight out of camera. You can basically, you're going to submit that raw file. And one of the things that people run into is, well, how do I know what's going to be seen? So every raw file that exists has a JPEG built into it, which is what was set by the camera. And so that lives inside that file. That is the file that will be extracted in order to be judged. Do some more things. So if you only shot raw and you were like, what does my JPEG look like in there? Because the computer will strip away the JPEG that's built into there. On the back of your camera, you're seeing the JPEG that's built into there. When you come in, like let's say you set it for monochrome, and you pull it into the computer, and you're like, oh man, this was really beautiful. And then all it is the raw information that's all those settings that you did on the camera. If you didn't save it as a raw plus a JPEG, you didn't get to see that, at the next point. So basically, select raw once you get to the printcompetition.com, upload that raw file, and then it's any native camera that you want, except it's not phone images and it's not drone images. So it's just from the heavier duty ones. That JPEG will be extracted by us, and then that's the image that's going to be judged by the jurors. Can you apply presets in camera? Sure. The whole idea is you're utilizing the computing power of your camera. What can you do with where there's no way to retouch that? So that means I highly recommend you get your sensor really, really clean, because you don't get a chance to take the sensor spots out. And regardless of how much it's like, well, that was an in-camera thing and they could remove those sensor spots, it's the final image is showing right in front of the judges there. Presentation. No, of course there's not going to be any presentation, because it's the file that's coming straight out of the camera. Can I use the JPEG view in the file? Yep, ASP is going to use Photo Mechanic to extract that JPEG, and you can get Photo Mechanic. A lot of people think it's a pretty cool program for culling your images and working on there. There's also some free preview extractors. I've got links to those coming up in just a sec. If you're doing these going forward, I highly recommend shooting RAW plus JPEG. Then you have that JPEG already showing, sitting on your computer, and you don't have to worry about doing the extraction and stuff. In-camera techniques, absolutely. Whatever you can do to create that image, you can do double exposures, you can layer things together, whatever your camera can do, knock yourself out so long as it comes out as one raw file. So there's your link to finding Photo Mechanic. You can work from there. And then there's another one. This is one that I've used and it seems to work fairly well, is Raw Preview Extractor. And this is a free program that you can download. You don't have to pay for this little bad boy if you want to, you know, get a feel for what they're going to be. And then, of course, we've got the restoration category. And again, I just wanted to mention that, you know, ASP is, other than some states or some community partners are only doing the restoration category that has been dropped by PPA. So this is the place to get your information and win your awards with those images. This is going to be our judging panel so far. We've got Don Dixon, Lisa Dillon, Mary Fisk Taylor, Mark Garber, Dennis Hammond, Kathy Meek, Christy Newell, Tom Rouse, Paula Swift, and Brian Welsh. That's our lineup so far. If you know, you guys all get in there and everybody who's in here enters 8 images and breaks all their seals, we may have to impanel another panel. But so far, this should probably, you know, cover us and make sure that everything is covered. And then last but not least, entries start on June the 15th and August 11th. Wish you the best of luck. And now we can open the floor to more questions if we didn't cover everything, because that's all the slides I got. I think Thea has a question or a comment. Go, baby.
I have a couple comments that we cleaned up some of the rules, and this is what is posted on the website. There had been questions on if you had to be a member for 3 consecutive years, how that would be tracked and whatnot, and we actually took that out. So you just have to be a current paid member to be eligible for the award. And second of all, to keep the points a little bit more clean for the Artistry Award, the Artistry Award Committee did away with the 6 points for round 2 overall winner, as there could have been questions as to why round 1 winner didn't get, overall winner didn't get points. So just kind of keeping things as fair as possible for the trophy winners from each round.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question. Go ahead, Connie.
I noticed Thea in the chat was talking to somebody about letting them know how many points, and I wondered if you wanted to speak to that.
Sure. I've been tracking the points in a pretty in Excel in a spreadsheet. I get information from Dennis, who tracks the state elite winners and who has been doing the medallion judging at year end for many, many years. And that way we have all of the information, it's tracked. My committee double checks and does a quality check on the spreadsheet to make sure there are no errors. And if you are close to receiving the Artistry Award, you should have been contacted by me or somebody from our committee. If that way, you know, hey, you are there, just make sure you enter your images into round 2. Don't break any seals. I have definitely reached out to those that are very close, However, if I haven't reached out to you and you want to know how many points you have, send me an email. I can look it up pretty quickly. So long as I'm in the country, which it is right now. But I believe we are working on ways to put it on the website, but right now it's not something that we've been able to do just yet.
Yeah, John says there's a whole new website, whole new place being built so that all this stuff is trackable and findable online eventually.
Yes.
So Eileen here, this is my question. If you sealed an image in round one and you didn't receive an award, so it's sealed and it's moving forward. If you completely break that seal, presumably rework it and enter it, is it eligible for an award in round two?
Absolutely. It's a brand new image as soon as you break the seal.
Okay.
And I can't stress enough, the moment you break the seal, it's broken. There's no going back.
Hint, hint,
So-
hint.
And in case
In other words,
somebody-
there's no calling Thea saying, can you fix this? Because she's going to say, unfortunately, no.
Thank you,
No,
Christy.
she won't say unfortunately no. She'd say, weren't you listening?
There you go.
And the other thing that people, I would not be in this category because I want every point I can get. But, if you are close and you are going to break a seal and you've like created the image of all images and your sealed images are lower scores, if you break the seal, it doesn't mean you have to re-enter it as the same image. You can put anything in that slot once you've broken it. So I just wanted to put that out there too.
It makes that image go away entirely.
Yes. It's as if it never happened.
And
And I,
let me bring up one quick thing because it was brought up in the chat and I do want to make sure it's clear. Once round two judging is complete, any results, anything that happened in round one will be restored. So if you delete an image and then decide not to enter it, but it scored whatever, and you keep track of those things for yourself, Jeff will be restoring everything that happened in round one completely for that competition once round two is complete.
That's for your personal tracking.
Right.
Okay,
Mr.
Bob and Connie, could you put the slide up again for that said these are the images that are eligible? You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Bob will have to do that, but I know which one. Yeah, it's up under the rules, I think.
There,
Okay, not eligible is probably even more important to me.
Yeah.
Can we see that? Okay, not eligible. Okay.
Make your
Everybody
screenshots now.
Yeah, I was everybody screenshot that.
This is
in the
also going to
rules
be
also.
posted on the website too,
Yes.
so you can get back to it.
Yeah, this is all in the rules on the website,
Yes.
and it'll be on printcompetition.com's entry.
It'll be on a
in there.
PDF.
The link will be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I understand it. Okay, thanks.
Sure. We're here for you, Dennis.
Thank you,
So
Bob.
if
You the man.
if there are any questions on any of this, and I will put it this email address in the group chat as well, aspimagesofdistinction@gmail.com. If you have questions, you can email there and we will try and get them answered as soon as we can.
I have a question too. Sort of along the lines of what Dennis was just asking about. If we score an 80 or above in round one, then it's not eligible for round two because it's a previous image competition.
If you submit it and you want the point that you got, so let's say you scored an 84, it earns 1 artistry point if you move it forward as a sealed image and don't break the seal. But if you don't break the seal, it's no longer available for the awards.
I guess I don't understand what a sealed image is then. Is
The
it
sealed image in round one, if you scored 80 to 84, you received a seal of approval.
Oh, okay.
If you,
Okay.
if you
So it's
scored
sealed.
85 or above, you received a seal of distinction.
Got it.
And if you move the seal of approval forward, it earns 1 artistry point. And if you move a seal of distinction forward, it receives either 2 or 3 artistry points, but is also going to end up being in the best of the best show and be available for judging for the district awards and for the gold, silver, and bronze medallions.
Right. So anything 80 and above is essentially sealed then.
Yes.
Yes, and if
I
you
think you
send
need
it
to
forwards, if
explain
you
the
send it
difference
forward
between
sealed,
approval and
hold on one
distinction.
second. If you send it forward sealed, it's going to be whatever it is as it is.
It's not going to change. It's just going to be verified. You know, it doesn't become official until it goes into round 2.
But if you've already scored 80 and above, and can you send it unsealed? Can you unseal it?
Then it's a new
you
image
break
and
your
it does
seal.
not have a score anymore
Okay.
because you broke the seal.
Oh, but it's
You lose the score. It's scored again. It's judged again.
yeah, I'm just being thick on this.
Yep.
But it did score an 80 and above on a previous competition, right?
Round 1.
Round 1. So that makes it ineligible, correct?
Oh, I see.
No, because
it's
once
not
you
ineligible.
If
you break the
seal.
seal, it's a new image.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
Here, can I break in? Because I think I can clarify, because I have a similar question. When we talk about prior ASP competitions, we're really talking about prior to 2024 in that thing we were looking at.
That is correct.
Okay, so having said that, I'm looking at printcompetition.com, and lo and behold, in 2023 ASP, I noticed I actually had 2 images I entered, and one got an 80 and one got an 86, and I never paid any attention to that. I'm sorry, but at any rate, so are those ineligible to enter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They were
Anything.
That's what
80
you
or
mean by
above.
prior ASP competition. It's prior
Yeah. Yes.
2024.
That's what it says.
Prior year.
That's what it says. Unless it's sealed, because we just started the seals this year.
Mhm.
So if it was sealed in round 1, it's eligible to go on to round 2.
Okay.
But if
Broken or unbroken.
Sure.
right, unbroken.
Okay.
Christy,
Okay,
you've
Chris,
been
yeah,
hanging
Christy.
in there.
Yeah, I think it might help if you explain what's the difference between seal of approval and seal of distinction.
Okay, I
case
I
there's
did,
some
but I'll
confusion
do it real
there.
slow. Seal of approval is a score of 80 to 84, and it will receive 1 artistry point if it moves forward as a seal, if you don't change it. Go ahead.
Okay, but a seal of distinction
Is
affords
now I'll
you
explain seal of
also
distinction.
best of the best.
Seal of distinction starts at 85 and goes all the way up. That is going to earn 2 or 3 artistry awards points.
Sorry.
And then those are the ones
No,
that are going into the
no.
best of the best and are eligible for the district awards and the gold, silver, and bronze medallions.
Correction on that. 85 to 89 only gets 1 artistry point.
I know. I just said in general that they. Okay, yeah,
1, 2, 3.
yeah. There is a there. Okay,
Yeah, and 90 to 99 is 2, and 100 is 3.
but anything 85 and over is a seal of distinction.
Right.
Okay, and then did that answer your question, Christy?
Yeah, I just didn't know if some people were confused about that.
Okay,
You know, beyond the points, what is the difference?
Yeah.
You know, Bob explained, like, you know, you're eligible for the best of the best.
Right.
Trophies, all that stuff. Yeah.
okay. Chris, you had a question? Oh, you're muted.
No, I just wanted to make that correction for
Oh, okay.
85 to 89.
Okay,
so that people didn't get confused.
okay.
Thank you, Chris.
We're getting some great questions. Does anybody else have anything they want to add or ask?
Is
Yes.
there
Go
anything
ahead, Ted.
that hasn't been
Yeah.
addressed?
Ted.
Go ahead, Ted.
You were talking about something about images in IPC or something, and I got lost on that.
Okay, don't worry about that. The only thing you need to really be concerned with is, were you in round one? If you're in round one, did you seal or not seal? Are you going to break the seal or hold the seal? And what images are you going to enter for the next round?
Okay.
That's all you really need to worry about. Any of those points things, that's already been recorded and taken there. If you have questions about how many points you have, then you need to email Thea and she will be able to fill you in.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question
Yes.
concerning the same thing. If I enter round one and my images are sealed and I break the seal and then I enter the second round, did I misunderstand that even if I get higher scores, I do not get points towards the artist degree?
No,
Now, if
no,
you,
and on the second round, any scores that are anything that's 80 to 84 is going to receive is basically that earns 1 artist point. 85 to 89 earns 1 artist point. 90 to 9, but those scores are registered for round 2.
And do I qualify then for the awards? the
Yes, you do.
trophy?
If you broke the seal from round 1. Yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions? Is everybody's head ready to explode?
mine is,
There was a lot of information, Bob and Connie, and you did a great job of kind of breaking it down and parsing it out so we could understand it. So
Thank you for your hard work on all of this.
Just a reminder to everybody, this being recorded, it is going onto the website and you can review this at a more leisurely time in the future on your own.
yeah, thank you, John. I forget to tell people that sometimes.
well, I want to thank Bob for putting together the slideshow,
Yes.
because he had all kinds of different documents that he had to go through and collate and get organized. And that was time consuming, I am sure.
Yes.
So somebody has a question who arrived late down there.
Yeah. Hey, Phil, look at the video when it comes back up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's okay. I can do that.
No, I'm just kidding, Phil.
What's your question?
It's real easy. How do you enter the sealed images? They're going to be in your print when you sign into ASP for the event and you go to register your images. They'll be sitting there in your queue.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then you hit the word pay. You hit the word pay. You do not hit delete, because if you delete it, you've broken the seal and it's broken forever.
All right. So in other words, I don't have to do that in print competition, go over to print competition.
If it's sealed in round 1, it's already in printcompetition.com in your thing. Right. And that image is already there. It's already lives in there.
Okay. So it lives there. So it's basically just using the ASP gateway to enter the image.
Yep. Yes. It's already entered. If you say pay, it's already in and done. If you say delete, you can re-enter it. And anyway, go back through and watch this whole thing, because there's a lot of information in here.
Thank you, Bob.
Sure, man. All right, guys.
And Sherry are both saying thank you. You guys did a fantastic job. So we will go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.
Thank you, Bob and Connie.
That was awesome.
Very welcome. Yeah, thanks to Connie for